Thank you. First of all, I'd like to thank Jerry for inviting Choose New Jersey to participate in the event. And I thank all of you for coming. As Jerry mentioned, I'm the Chief Administrative Officer for Choose New Jersey. And we're not a large not-for-profit. We're never going to be very big. We leverage outside services with contractors to help us do our job. So we're going to always be small. And so as a Chief Administrative Officer, I wear a lot of different hats. I'm also the Chief Financial Officer. I'm the Human Resources Department. I'm the liaison to the board. I'm the IT guy, and I'm the operations guy. Tonight I'm wearing a hat that I normally don't wear, and that's my public speaking hat. I'm here on behalf of Tracy McDaniel, who was originally scheduled to be here. She's our president and CEO. But today she's actually part of a delegation that we sent, Choose New Jersey sent to California to try to attract some businesses to the state. So I hope you bear with me, and I think you'll find some value in what I'm going to say about Choose New Jersey and what we're doing on behalf of the state. For those of you who are not familiar with Choose New Jersey, I want to give you a brief overview of who we are, what we do, and how we do it. I will share with you the efforts in the wake of Superstorm Sandy to communicate the message that New Jersey is still open for business. As Jerry mentioned, we are a independently run and operated 501c3 not-for-profit that was created in 2010. And if you want to summarize what our mission really is to encourage and nurture economic growth throughout the state. We are supported and governed by a board of directors and fully funded by the business community. Like Jerry mentioned, there's over 30 organizations that are supporting us, some of them are top Fortune 500 companies, some are privately held ventures, and we have a couple of community organizations that support us. In addition to the support, resource support, the board and our partners also act as business ambassadors for the state. They're promoting to their peers the many assets that New Jersey offers and the first-hand accounts of the advantages of doing business in the state. In fact, some of you may be affiliated with some of those companies that support our efforts. They include New Jersey Manufacturers, Bank of America, Novartis, PNC, Wells Fargo, PSE&G, Prudential Financial, Verizon, Wafer and Food Corporation. We have a lot of other utilities that also support us. If any of those organizations are represented here tonight, again, we always like to thank you for your help. Choose New Jersey is part of what is called the Partnership for Action. This is a unique, three-pronged, public-private approach to economic development that's actually led by the Lieutenant Governor. The partnership is made up of three elements. Two are public sector entities. The first one of those is the Business Action Center. They help businesses navigate the permitting and regulatory issues that are here in the state. They also identify and match state programs and resources to the needs of businesses, such as site selection services. BAC leads the Partnership for Action's retention efforts and directs exporting strategy and efforts for the state. The second public entity is the Economic Development Authority, also known as the state's bank. The EDA oversees capital, funding opportunities, and incentive programs. It operates technology centers for the state and provides a war chest of incentives to increase the state's competitiveness in attracting businesses. The third partner is Choose New Jersey. Now here's the unique part of the approach. Choose New Jersey is 100% funded by the private sector and the business community. We are unaware of any other state that follows this economic development model. Most of the other states will have an organization such as ours, partially funded by the state, partially funded by the business community. It was a conscious effort to have Choose New Jersey funded entirely by the business community. Choose New Jersey's role within the partnership is to execute a highly focused marketing strategy to position the state as a world-class leader in the competitive global marketplace. And we generate qualified leads for the partnership to turn those leads into jobs and capital investment. Our leads create the starting point for the partnership. As a team, we work together to do whatever it takes to attract new businesses to the state and retain those that are already here. All of our activities contribute to spread the word that New Jersey is an ideal environment in which to create, expand, and invest in business. And that means all of New Jersey, not just the north or the south or central. We work on behalf of all 21 counties in the state. To attract new business and new jobs to the state, Choose New Jersey is following a strategy that is research-driven, and laser-focused. We implemented a lead generation campaign that utilizes micro-targeting so that our energies and resources are spent effectively. The micro-targeting strategy was based on the findings of 2 studies that we commissioned when the organization was first founded in 2010. One was a perception study that surveyed CEOs, site consultants, and real estate brokers. And another was a comprehensive economic development strategy, called the SIGS. This study indicated how New Jersey stacks up against other states and that are pursuing, and that stacks up against other states that are pursuing business, and what is our capacity to compete with those states moving forward. Based on this, we now know who to target. They're the CEOs, the site selectors, and decision makers. We know what to sell, and this really is what are New Jersey's key assets. It's a highly educated and skilled workforce, a location that's easy to access from anywhere in the world, making New Jersey a prime gateway to one of the most concentrated and affluent consumer markets, and a transportation infrastructure that's designed to move goods quickly and efficiently. We know which specific domestic and international markets to focus on, and we know which growth industries, clusters that we want to target. They are life sciences, financial services, information technology, aerospace, aviation and defense, alternative energy, manufacturing, and logistics. I'm assuming by your presence and affiliation here tonight that many of you are interested in supply chain and logistical issues. I think we had one of our collateral materials up on the side that we just created. Matter of fact, we might have just got that off the press about 2 weeks ago. It wasn't meant for this audience, but we're doing those collateral pieces for each one of these segments. They work very well when we go to trade shows and events. So, I want to give you some examples of some facts that we bring to the table when we make the argument that a company in manufacturing and logistics should do business here in New Jersey. When targeting these type of companies, we highlight assets like the following. Over 25,000 transportation, logistics, and distribution establishments are based in New Jersey. Of these, around 1,300 of those employ over 50 workers. The state has 38,000 miles of public roads, 2,800 miles of highways and toll roads. The New Jersey Turnpike stretches 122 miles from the north to the southern end of the state, from the George Washington Bridge down to the Memorial Bridge. In fact, within 1 day's drive of New Jersey, you can reach a market of 130 million consumers. New Jersey also has the highest density of railroads. In addition to 4 major passenger rail companies, we have 1,000 miles of freight lines. And we have more than 40 public use airports, 2 of which are international. Almost 34 million passengers and 800,000 tons of air cargo pass through Newark International each year, making it the nation's 14th busiest airport. It is also the global hub for United Airlines. New Jersey has 5 foreign trade zones, or FTZs, which allow companies to bring foreign raw materials into the country for manufacturing or assembly without paying any custom duties. And if the goods are then exported from the U.S., no custom duties or excess taxes are levied, making the cost of the product more competitive. One of these FTZs, number 44, is right here in Morris County. When speaking to the manufacturing industries, we stress the following. In 2009, there were more than 127,000 New Jersey jobs within industries classified as advanced manufacturing. About 48% of all manufacturing jobs in New Jersey are considered as advanced. Nationally, only 42% of all manufacturing jobs can be considered advanced. That sector consists of 4 main industry components: chemical and manufacturing, which is about 45%, computer and electrical product manufacturing, which is about 22%, machine manufacturing, which is about 11%, and transportation equipment, which is 3%. In 2009, New Jersey employed the third most workers in the country in chemical manufacturing, more than 57,000 employees. Advanced manufacturing industries contributed over $17 billion to New Jersey's 2009 gross domestic product, or about 4% of all the output. New Jersey's nearly 34,000 pharmaceutical and medicine manufacturing workers account for 12% of the national chemical manufacturing environment. Here are just a few of the manufacturers that have made New Jersey their home. Campbell Soup Company, and their world headquarters is located in Camden. BASF Corporation, Becton Dixon, Novartis, Merck, Johnson & Johnson, and Watson Pharmaceuticals, which has manufacturing operations right here in Morris County. To reach our targets, we use various tools. First, we developed a statewide economic development plan for New Jersey with a tagline that features two of our most valuable assets: highly educated, perfectly located. You may have seen some of those ads in the summer. We ran a couple in the Wall Street Journal and some other publications. One featured Governor Christie, and the other, which was very popular, which used the headline, "New Jersey, there's more to us than just big hair," was a picture of Albert Einstein. By the way, to use Albert Einstein, it's very expensive. When recording life sciences, information technology, and manufacturing executives, among others, the quality and availability of talent is of critical importance. Last month, the citizens of New Jersey voted in favor of the bond referendum to ensure that the state invests in the infrastructure of our higher education institutions. We supported this referendum wholeheartedly, and a lot of our board members actually devoted a lot of resources to work to get that referendum passed, because we really do believe it supports job retention, job creation, and it will increase the economic effectiveness and workforce competitiveness of the state. Another way we spread the word about New Jersey is through our signature events, where we market New Jersey's business-friendly policies. We differentiate and advocate for our regional strengths and competitive advantages. And we serve basically as a bridge between industry, the government, and academic institutions. And one of the things we've started doing now is we've actually tried to engage the academic institutions with the business community in promoting the state. And we've done different initiatives, particularly with Rutgers and Princeton. So it's interesting to see that starting to develop and really make it part of a plan and a real focus on what we do as we try to bring business into the state. Because it really is, it is about education, and it is about the skill set of our job workforce that makes us very attractive. Finally, we court business leaders through domestic and international trade missions, like the one that Tracy, I'll keep going, you can hear me. Like the one that Tracy and the rest of the staff are in right now. They're in Southern California, targeting companies, and I was talking with someone earlier, and we were talking about some of the not good things about New Jersey, and obviously we talked about taxes. Fortunately, California's tax situation much worse than ours. Okay, all right. So this year we've also met with business prospects in Missouri, Massachusetts, Texas, Florida, and Illinois, among others. Early this year, we conducted a trade mission to Israel led by the governor. And over the summer, we traveled to Turkey, and we have more trade missions planned. We also host inbound media tours for targeted industry and international journalists to familiarize them with the state's assets. We hosted 2 domestic media tours recently, one focused on foreign direct investment, and the other on manufacturing and logistics distribution industries. what's our plan for to be honest, when you look at what we've accomplished, and again, we're not a large group, in basically a year and a half, we've accomplished a lot, but we have a lot more we want to do. Some of the things we're planning for 2013, we're really, really excited about. One thing that we were asked by the state to really look at doing, and then initially we were like kind of a little bit surprised, but they wanted us to basically market real estate. And when you think about marketing real estate, it's the way we're approaching it just is a little bit different. We're doing a site marketing plan, and this is going to be basically an online portal that's going to be accessible from our website. That's going to basically market. It'll be available for brokers, landlords, that they can basically put their properties in this website application. But it's not your typical website application. It's going to look at a particular piece of property, and it'll take what it's ready for, the condition of the property. It'll take the tax structure around it. It'll look at all the demographics surrounding that particular property. It'll look at the permitting process. It'll give you samples of the workforce that's around that, and it is, we are really, really excited about it. It really is going to connect prospective tenants or buyers to all the properties in the state, and like I said, the ones that are occupied, the ones that are available to build out, and we really do think it's going to be an important tool to help market the state, especially when we're going to be able to tell that company in Italy, that company in Germany, the company in Illinois, go to the website, hit the portal, and you have a quick little video conference with them, and you can run them through all the properties within an area that meets what they need. It's going to also have links to the transportation network, so we are very, very excited about that. And one of the things we'll continue to do is we'll continue to market the state. We really do take the lead in economic development for marketing the state. We work with the Partnership for Action, but it's easier for us, because we're not a governmental entity, to kind of be flexible, move, and kind of shift priorities as need be. So we've done a lot with Sandy in doing some of the branding for the state and some of the messaging, and we obviously did a lot with looking at how we would remarket the state, and that highly educated, perfectly located, and there's a whole marketing plan, economic marketing plan that goes with it that we've shared with the state, and we're all kind of working on the same page on that. And we'll also kind of continue to do the bread and butter, as we say, of economic development organizations. We'll be attending conferences. We're probably going to attend 15 or 16 conferences during the year. There'll be speaking engagements like this. The CEO goes on, Ms. McDaniel. I'll fill in once in a while. And we're always going to work with our professionals, and we'll work with government, industry, and other academic leaders to promote the state. The bottom line is we're busy spreading the word that New Jersey is an ideal environment in which to create, expand, or invest in your business. There are a couple of companies that I'd just like to talk about that, based on the Partnership for Action, they've decided to stay or relocate in New Jersey. Bayer Healthcare. I don't think Bayer needs any introduction, but in September, they were approved for grants totaling a little over $36 million to keep 1,000 high-paying jobs in-state and create 500 more over the next 10 years. Then there's Ferring Pharmaceutical, another win for New Jersey. Ferring was considering constructing a new state-of-the-art facility. And when we went through this, preparing for the speech, I just thought it was really interesting, because they're based in Switzerland, and they obviously could have stayed in Switzerland, but they chose to make this state-of-the-art operation facility in Parsippany. And like I said, they chose New Jersey, and when their CEO, Aaron Gruff, was asked about it, he said they basically chose to expand in New Jersey due to a large base of talented, highly trained pharma professionals. And then he went on to say, and that the community that they were looking to move into, the support they were giving for swayed them. And while this one isn't a Morris County company, I'd like to give you an example of kind of how the state works sometimes in promoting jobs and promoting the company to come here. In November of 2011, Lieutenant Governor learned that Allergan, a California-based company that makes Botox, was looking for a new home. She promptly called the governor, who happened to be conveniently at the time in California on another matter. So he made a detour, and he scheduled a meeting to meet with the top executives on their home turf. And when he met with the CEO, and some of our staff was there with him too, when he met with the CEO complained they couldn't find the talent they needed to expand in California, and that the governor of California didn't seem to care if they stayed or not. So New Jersey was able to very quickly present a successful case to have the company come here in New Jersey by highlighting the state's geographic location, pharmaceutical industry, and oh yes, its talent pool. It just so happens that New Jersey has one of the most talented and highly educated workforces in the nation. It's something we should all be proud about. In fact, we have more scientists and engineers per square mile than anywhere in the world. Now, I just want to tell you a quick little story about that. When we first started, there was this fact was on the state's website. So it's obviously a great fact. And we put it in a lot of our materials. PolitiFact came and said, how do you know that? So, and again, we engaged the company to help us with this, but they didn't do their fact check. And so we actually had to fact check that. And we got PolitiFact to come back and say exactly that. So it took a lot of effort on our part to go back, double track, and make sure that was correct. But we got the extra, someone else was talking about media today, we got the extra earned media on this, very positive about we do have more scientists and engineers per square mile than anywhere in the world. So when we say that the state of New Jersey is highly educated and perfectly located, we mean it. Back to the Algorand story. In September of this year, less than 10 months after visiting the executives in California, the governor cut the ribbon on that new 93,000 square foot facility in Bridgewater. With a business employment incentive program grant of almost $15 million, they'll create almost 400 high-paying jobs and ramp up research and development to the tune of more than $1 billion per year. We just kind of see this as a signal that to CEOs and national site consultants who are looking to start or relocate a business, that, and I want to quote the Lieutenant Governor here, if you want to come to New Jersey, we will fight to bring you here. And finally, we know that in the aftermath of Sandy, parts of New Jersey are in a real state of despair. And we're working with the Partnership for Action to support business recovery in the state. But we also know that the majority of the state is open for business, despite the images that go out to the contrary. So Choose New Jersey is leading an image campaign that highlights the ongoing fortitude of the state's business community and lets the world know New Jersey is still open for business. Using the tagline, New Jersey, a state of resilience, our objective is to communicate that New Jersey is moving swiftly to put businesses back in business, showcase New Jersey's companies that exemplify resilience, and highlight the responsiveness of state government and economic development agencies in aiding the business community. In closing, I want to wrap up by saying that the Lieutenant Governor's claim that the state won't give up with the fight pretty much sums up the administration's, the state's, and Choose New Jersey's take on economic development. We're ready to fight for jobs, and despite everything it's been through, New Jersey is still open for business. Thank you.